On the news tonight, Nigeria may experience blackout from tomorrow. President Buhari inaugurates committee to end malaria. Osun PDP to boycott local government election. Raila Odinga rejects William Ruto's victory. Heads for court. Good evening and welcome to the major report. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. The federal government has said it will continue to support the privatization and commercialization of critical sectors that pose a huge financial burden to it so as to boost the socio-economic growth and development of the nation. Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, Senator Olorunimbe Mamora, said this during the official presentation of the Food Business Case Certificate for the Public-Private Partnership in Abuja. Senator Mamora said that the two projects are to be concessioned after a planetarium and broadband facility with specialized theater in which representations of the solar system, galaxy, and universe can be projected. According to the minister, with satellite, the country can gather intelligence information and tackle some of the problems retarding its growth and progress. Earlier, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Chief Henry Ikechukwu Oko, said Nigeria will not relent in the commercialization of innovation and assure the ministry's unflinching support to the project. Meanwhile, the Director General, Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, Dr. Joe Ohiani, said that the two projects will create about 10,000 jobs direct and indirect, and to enhance tourism capacity and create a great innovation in the country. He said that the broadband project will generate about 20 million naira, and the planetarium and museum project will also create 20 billion naira, adding that they will attract foreign investors to the country. President Muhammadu Buhari has targeted September this year to present the 2023 Appropriation Bill to the National Assembly. The Director General Budget Office of the Federation, Ben Akabueze, discloses in Abuja during a training on budget preparation during the Government Integrated Financial Management Information System. The training was organized for more than 4,000 budget officers drawn from about 900 government ministries, departments, and agencies nationwide. Mr. Akabu is represented by the Budget Office Director of Expenditure and Socials, Mr. Fabian Ogu, said the Buhari regime was determined to ensure consistent and timely preparation, submission, and approval of annual budget as part of its public financial management reforms. He added that the 2023 budget is being prepared along extant federal government policies and guidelines as articulated in the 2023 budget, whole circular, and other relevant laws. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated Nigeria End Malaria Council, projecting that the successful implementation of the council agenda and savings from the estimated economic burden of the diseases will save Nigeria about 687 billion naira in 2022 and 2 trillion naira by 2030. The president told the 16-member council headed by founder and president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, that beyond improving the quality of life and health and well-being of Nigerians, the concerted strategy is to tackle malaria in both public as well as socio-economic benefits for Nigeria. He expressed confidence that Dangote will bring its outstanding achievement to help the country achieve its goal of malaria elimination, adding that a group of eminent personalities who have also made their mark across all walks of life have also been selected to work with the council. The president also expressed concern about the age-long disease had remained a major public health challenge in Nigeria. He cited the World Health Organization's report of 2021 showing that Nigeria accounted for 27% of all cases of malaria and 32% of deaths globally. President Buhari said that the government will ensure that malaria elimination remains a priority on its agenda with strong political commitment from leaders at all levels. The organized labor has directed workers in the power sector to down tools and commence an indefinite strike over pending labor issues with the Transmission Company of Nigeria. In a circular entitled Call to Action, the General Secretary of the National Union of Electricity Employees, Mr. Joe Ajero, directed them to ensure a total compliance via to paralyze operation of the Transmission Company of Nigeria nationwide over anti-masses activities. The circular stated that the action takes effect from today and total withdrawal of services commences tomorrow and will ensure full compliance in all the stations nationwide. It was learned that the union complained about the alleged failure of the federal government to pay the entitlement of former staff of the defunct Power Holding Company of Nigeria in December 2019, but the government has not yielded to their request. The apex advisory body of All Progressive Congress in Osun State, Igbimagba, has called on the leaders of the party in all the local government areas in the state to take care of their wards and units preparatory to the forthcoming local government elections in the state. Chairman Igbimagba APC, Engineer Shodaki Wumi, made the call at a meeting of the group held in Osun Jela. OSBC reporter Oluchi Amuda has details.
The Igbimagba, an advisory group made up of elders of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Osun State, gathered for its routine meeting where issues bordering on the progress of the party are deliberated upon by the elders. The meeting, which attracted members of the group from different parts of the state, provided an avenue to discuss recent political happenings in Osun State, especially the local government elections slated for the 15th of October this year. Addressing the press at the end of the closed-door meeting, Chairman of Igbimagba APC in Osun State, Engineer Shola Akinwumi, who reiterated the continuous support of the group for the administration of Governor Adegbeyego Oyetola, spoke on the need for leaders in all the units, wards, and local government areas to be adequately prepared for the election. Engineer Akinwumi, who maintained that politics is local, urged the youth to take advantage of the election to showcase their leadership potentials.
We did a review of our last performance, and we ended up giving ourselves kudos for performing very well, and also charging ourselves in preparation for the next local government election. You know, we have series of elections. Local government is coming, House of Assembly, House of Rep, and the presidential, which is the bigger one. And we are mopping up, getting ready for all these elections so that at the end of the day we'll be able to emerge victorious.
Speaking in the same vein, one of the members of Igbimagba APC in Osun State, Ambassador Yemi Farombi, stated that the progress of the party remains the utmost priority of the group, adding that the elders will not renege on its responsibility of showing direction to the younger generation in the party.
We look at what steps to take to stabilize, to consolidate the party, to move forward. Given that politics is a continuum, so you look at what has been, what it is, so you can prepare for what.
While addressing the press, Osun State Chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Prince Boyega Famodo, said the party is resolutely committed towards the conduct of the local government election. He called on Osun people to support the government in its bid to ensure that development gets to the grassroots.
Meeting for consultation with the elders of the party. We have consulted, we had deliberations, a reflection on the last governorship election, the way forward, and how to rejig the party for the upcoming local government election. We are a party in government and we are in power. And we have all it takes to do the local government election, and we will do it.
Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party, PDP in Osun State, says it will boycott the local government election in the state as planned by the Osun Independent Electoral Commission, OSEC. Chairman Caretaker Committee of the PDP in the state, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, announced this at a press conference held at the party secretariat in Osogbo. Oluwatosin Oladokun's report is presented from our studios.
Osun State People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it will not participate if the administration of Governor Electoral goes ahead with the conduct of the planned local government election slated for October this year. Chairman Caretaker Committee of the Osun State chapter of PDP, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, stated this while addressing a press conference at the party secretariat in Osogbo. He said the party has approached courts of competent jurisdictions on the legal implication of going ahead with the election, adding that the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission has not taken into consideration stipulated notification of 180 days for the conduct of such an election.
PDP is involved to determine the legality that is they are trying to carry out in October 15.
According to him, about 2 weeks ago, PDP had raised alarm on the plan to conduct the election in the 30 local government areas of the state, but the OSEC immediately denied such plots. Dr. Adekunle said Section 28 of the Electoral Act 2022 stipulates that no election can hold until a notice of 360 days is given to all relevant stakeholders before such election, while the same Electoral Act provides in Section 29 a period of 180 days within which list of candidates must be published. He further reminded OSEC that the Electoral Act in subsection 4 of Section 150 makes it a criminal offense for any official of the state electoral body to breach the provisions, noting that such deliberate offender is liable to be prosecuted. Dr. Adekunle called on the Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, and the State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Wale Olokode, to take proactive steps for the maintenance of law and order.
Meanwhile, the Osun Independent Electoral Commission (OSEC) has insisted that it is not engaging in any act of illegality in its bid to conduct the local government election. Chairman of OSEC, Otunba Segun Oladiton, who made this known in an interview with OSBC News, maintained that any party who feels aggrieved with the decision of the Commission to conduct the local government election should seek redress in the court of law, adding that that its activities are backed by enabling laws in the state and the country.
And whether it is constitutional or not, legal or illegal, I want to believe, there are matters that can be interpreted in the court. I'm aware that they are hammering on Section 28 and Section 29 of the Electoral Act. We are seeing, as the Electoral Act is concerned, Osun State Independent Electoral Commission is not violating any clause of it. And I've seen that there is no inconsistency between the Electoral Act as well as the Electoral Law 2022 of Osun State. Maybe because of my vocation, we don't argue on the streets. We shouldn't argue on the pages of the newspapers. We have the court there. The court is the final arbiter.
Osun State House of Assembly has approved Section 121 of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to provide for the financial independence of the state houses of assembly and state judiciary. The Assembly at plenary also rejected 2 bills out of 44 bills received from the National Assembly on the 5th alteration to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. The 2 sections rejected by the Assembly are Section 26 and 58, namely, the bill seeking public servants to engage in other vocation beyond farming and that of independent candidacy at elections. The sections rejected by the lawmakers by votes say a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to permit public servants to engage in healthcare, education, production, and services beyond farming and for related matters. The House also passed a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide for independent candidacy in presidential, governorship, and state houses of assembly and local government council elections and for related matters. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly Right Honorable Timothy Oweye and members directed the Clerk of the House, Mr. Simeon Amusho, to transmit the resolution of the Assembly on the fifth alteration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to the National Assembly. The National Bureau of Statistics has said Nigeria's headline inflation rate increased to 19.64% on a year-on-year basis in July, the highest since 2005. The Statistician General of the Federation and Chief Executive Officer of the National Bureau of Statistics, Prince Emiwa Deniro, said this in the Consumer Price Index for the July 2022 released by the Bureau in Abuja. Giving a breakdown of the report in the statement, Prince Adeniyi said the Consumer Price Index measures the average change over time in the prices of goods and services consumed by people for day-to-day living. According to him, it is a core macroeconomic indicator used in the derivation of the inflation rate for policy planning and monitoring of an economy. Prince Adeniyi said the increase in inflation was caused by an increase in food index attributed to the disruption in the supply of food products, cost of production arising from the higher cost of energy, and increase in import costs as a result of currency depreciation, as well as general increase in the cost of production. Let's now take a commercial break. The major report continues in a moment.
Hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
Welcome back. The 36 state governors under the aegis of the Nigeria Governors Forum will converge at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, tomorrow to deliberate on the state of the economy and security. According to a statement issued by the NGF Director General, Mr. Oshishana Okwaru, the meeting, which has been billed to begin with the launch of the Primary Health Care Leadership Challenge Fund, will as well launch World Bank Charter before the real conversation on the state of the economy and security. The statement added that worried by the economic woes that the citizenry has been complaining about and the hardship associated with it, the governors reasoned that it is high time to confront the ugly situation for Nigerians to enjoy the positive impact of the government policies. Over now to Oluwatobiloba Odunuga for entertainment news.
Music band ARB has announced the official remix of their hit single Advanced Slavery featuring Bam Bam Krona Goya Meno. The song, which was released across all digital platforms recently, is a mixture of ARB's Afrofusion style and Goya Meno's signature blend of music in an Amapiano wrapped packaging. The ARB music band, which consists of the band leader Antonio Shonde, also known as Dr. T, or Dennis Dele Damesa, also known as OD, and Effective, has continued to thrill fans with their live music performances and alternative sound. Meanwhile, veteran rapper M.I. Habaja has released the track list for his upcoming album, The Guy. M.I. recently announced that he will be dropping a new album this year. He subsequently revealed that he will be switching his stage name M.I. and taking on a new name, The Guy, which also doubled as his album name. As the music industry prepares for the release of The Guy, M.I. has revealed the album track list, which has excited fans on social media. M.I. revealed the tracklist via his social media platform this month. The tracklist contained 12 tracks and guest appearances by international and African acts. Featured artists on the track include veteran American rapper Nas, Afrobeat megastar Olamide, Don Kamaiti, Fino, Cavemen, Wandeko. BNXA and others include Temi Owo, Lord Vino, Ozzy Grace, Chills, Ice Prince, and Jazzy Jazz. The album, which is said to be MI's 7th solo studio album, reveals collaboration with talented artists across different soundscapes and generations. In the meantime, celebrated singer Innocent Dibia, also known as Tubaba, has finally spoken on the allegation of expecting 8th child with a banger. The singer, in a statement by his management, Now Music, denied the report of impregnating another woman. The father of 7 urged media platforms and members of the public to completely disregard the allegation as it lacks an iota of truth. It should be recalled that Tubaba on his social media platform recently apologized to his wife, children, families, and fans for the embarrassment he has caused them. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odunuga, OSBC News.
Now welcome to our sports segment. Ahead of the 4th window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. For more on World of Sport, over now to Oluwanoti Ojeumi.
Coach Mike Brown has invited 15 players to camp ahead of the 4th window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers scheduled to hold between August 26 and 28. This is the first game the Nigerian basket team will be involved since the federal government lifted its initial 2-year ban on international baskets. Nigerian Basketball Federation says Josh Okoji of the Phoenix Suns, Mie Oni, who last played for Utah Jazz, and Ike Inwamu with BC Samara of Russia all returned to the team. The team's opening game will be against host Ivory Coast on August 26 before facing Guinea a day after. The team will square up against Angola on August 28. Currently 4th in the table in Group E after 2 wins in 4 games, the team will hope to hit the ground running in its quest to book a successful World Cup ticket. The 23 World Cup holds from August 25 to September 10 in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Also, Manchester City have confirmed the signing of Spain's under-21 defender Sergio Gomez from Anderlecht. The 21-year-old moves to the Etihad Stadium on a year 4 deal for a fee of €13 million. Gomez came through the Barcelona Academy before playing under former City captain Vincent Kompany at the Belgian club. Gomez will wear the number 21 shirt, the same number as fellow Spaniard David Silva, who won 4 Premier League titles and 10 other trophies during his time with City. City had been looking at left-sided options after losing out to Chelsea for the signing of Brighton's Marc Cucurella following the departure of Alexandra Zinchenko. Meanwhile, Antonio Conte and Thomas Tuchel have been charged by the FA after their ill-tempered clash during and after the 2-2 draw between Chelsea and Tottenham on Sunday. The pair repeatedly clashed throughout the London derby at Stamford Bridge, and there was drama as the pair widely shook hands at the match's conclusion, leading to them being sent off. The FA has released a statement confirming they have been charged for improper behavior. Harry Kane grabbed a late equalizer for Tottenham after it looked as if Chelsea's dominance would be rewarded with 3 points.
Following declaration of results of the Kenyan presidential election in favor of William Ruto, 5 times contestant Raila Odinga has not only rejected the result, but also vowed to contest the results in the court of law. Tawfiq Abdulkarim brings details of this and more.
Raila Odinga has rejected the result of Kenya's presidential election, saying that the figures announced by the country's electoral umpire was illegal. Mr. Odinga accused the head of the electoral body of a blatant disregard of the constitution while making his remarks in front of supporters in the capital, Nairobi. According to the official results, Mr. Odinga narrowly lost to Deputy President William Ruto. The 77-year-old long-term opposition leader was running for president for the 5th time. He has challenged the results of the previous 2 elections, including the one that was held in 2017. This time around, the chairman of the electoral body, Mr. Wafula Chebuka, said that Mr. Odinga got 48.8% of the votes in the last election, compared to Mr. William Ruto, 50.5%. Mr. Odinga accused Mr. Chebukati of gross impunity, saying his team will pursue all legal options, as he called his declaration a major setback to Kenya's democracy that could trigger a political crisis. He said that Mr. Chebukati went against the law by announcing the result without the backing of his fellow commissioners, and it is a legal point that may in the end have to be tested in court. France has said its final troops have left Mali, completing a withdrawal that ends a 9-year operation in the country at the center of the Sahel region's spiraling security crisis. The French army said it had met major military logistic challenge of the pullout in an orderly and safe fashion. The withdrawal comes amid tanking relations between Paris and Bamako, which has increasingly turned to Russia to respond to armed groups linked to ISIL and Al-Qaeda, who have expanded their reach while jockeying for control in the country's sprawling central region. The Burkina force that were on Malian territory crossed the border between Mali and Niger, using the official name of the main French operation in the region, which was launched with the cooperation of Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Mauritania, and Niger in 2014.
With that report by Tafikat Abdulhakim, we have come to the end of the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Michael Adeni. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Open defecation can cause severe infections, stop it.
kíkẹ́kẹ́ ó pa máa tí òró lẹ́nu o 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 Òṣogbo ti dé a ò pọ́lọ́pọ̀ máa roko